Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. This is your weekly horoscope for Sunday, February 22nd to Saturday, February 28th, 2026. As February comes to a close, this week carries a stronger emphasis on emotional discernment and practical follow-through. The energy feels more decisive compared to earlier weeks, encouraging you to act on realizations you've been quietly processing. Relationships, responsibilities, and long-term plans may require clearer boundaries or firmer commitments. This is not a chaotic week. It's a clarifying one. Subtle emotional insights begin translating into tangible decisions. Trust where your awareness has been leading you. Aries, this week invites you to channel your momentum with greater precision. You may feel a renewed sense of urgency around a personal or professional goal, but the key is strategy rather than speed. Conversations bring important insight, especially regarding shared expectations. Emotionally, you're learning that not every challenge requires immediate action. Sometimes observation brings the advantage. Financial or practical matters benefit from disciplined planning. By the weekend, you feel clearer about where to direct your energy next. Taurus, stability remains important to you this week, but you may sense subtle shifts in what that means. Something you once considered secure may now require refinement or reinforcement. Rather than resisting change, lean into adjustments that strengthen your foundation. Relationships benefit from honest communication about needs and boundaries. Financial decisions should be thoughtful and long-term focused. By week's end, you feel steadier and more confident in your practical direction. Gemini, your mental energy sharpens this week, helping you cut through confusion that lingered earlier in the month. Conversations move more directly and decisions feel easier to articulate. This is a powerful time for writing, learning, and organizing plans. Be mindful not to scatter your focus. Select priorities carefully. Emotionally, clarity reduces stress. By the weekend, you feel mentally aligned and prepared to take constructive action. Cancer, this week encourages emotional maturity and self-protection without isolation. You may recognize patterns in relationships that require clearer boundaries. Financial or shared resource matters demand realistic assessment, but steady planning brings reassurance. Trust your intuition while remaining open to practical solutions. You don't need to carry everything alone. By week's end, you feel more emotionally secure and supported. Leo, relationships take center stage, asking you to balance confidence with collaboration. You may find that cooperation strengthens rather than limits your position. Creative pursuits benefit from authenticity and sincerity. Professionally, teamwork produces better outcomes than solo efforts. Emotionally, you gain insight into how your presence influences others. By the weekend, your connections feel more genuine and aligned. Virgo, daily routines and health matters come into sharper focus this week. You may feel motivated to reorganize, streamline, or improve systems that have felt inefficient. Work-related tasks require steady concentration rather than multitasking. Emotionally, releasing perfectionism allows progress without burnout. This is a good week for practical improvement rather than dramatic shifts. By the weekend, you feel more balanced and productive. Libra, creative inspiration and emotional expression are highlighted. You may feel more confident sharing ideas or reconnecting with activities that bring joy. Romantic or social dynamics benefit from honest but gentle communication. Avoid overcomplicating situations that simply require clarity. Balance comes from aligning desire with responsibility. By week's end, you feel lighter and more emotionally open. Scorpio, home, family, and emotional foundations require attention this week. You may feel drawn to strengthen personal stability or address lingering concerns within close relationships. Practical decisions about your environment bring long-term reassurance. Emotionally, this is a week of quiet strength rather than outward intensity. Trust that calm authority serves you better than control. By the weekend, you feel grounded and centered. Sagittarius, communication and perspective shifts dominate your week. You may revisit plans, reconsider strategies, or engage in conversations that alter your understanding. Flexibility works in your favor, especially midweek. Travel or short-term planning benefits from organization. Emotionally, clarity brings renewed optimism. By week's end, you feel mentally refreshed and ready to expand forward. Capricorn, financial planning and personal value systems come into focus. You may assess how your efforts are translating into tangible stability. Practical adjustments early in the week create greater long-term security. Avoid unnecessary risks. Steady growth serves you better. Emotionally, confidence builds when actions align with goals. By the weekend, you feel more anchored and assured. Aquarius, self-awareness intensifies this week, encouraging you to stand confidently in your individuality. You may clarify a personal goal or redefine what success means to you. Relationships improve through transparency rather than detachment. This is a powerful time for setting intentions that reflect your authentic direction. Emotionally, you feel more decisive and self-assured. By the weekend, your path feels clearer. Pisces, this week encourages reflection and intuitive awareness. You may feel the need to retreat slightly to process emotions or recharge creatively. Old patterns may surface briefly, offering a chance to release them consciously. Avoid rushing decisions. Insight strengthens as the week unfolds. Creative and spiritual practices provide grounding. By week's end, you feel lighter and emotionally renewed. As February concludes, this week emphasizes clarity through action. Emotional awareness is translating into practical decisions, helping you refine your priorities and strengthen your foundation. Progress may not be loud, but it is steady and meaningful. Trust the insight you've gained. It's guiding you toward greater stability and confidence as you move into the next chapter. If you enjoyed this weekly horoscope, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps support the channel and keeps these readings coming every week.